So when you picture the Atlantic Ocean, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it that huge, vast blue horizon? Or maybe the sound of crashing waves? It's a place of incredible beauty for sure, but it's also a place of really deep, dark secrets. Scientists today still don't fully understand what lies in its depths, the same depths where hundreds of ships and planes have vanished, completely without a trace.
And that, right there, is the central mystery we're going to dive into. How can something so vital to our world, so beautiful, also be so incredibly and famously treacherous?
That's really the perfect way to frame it. A beautiful but deadly ocean. See, this isn't just a massive body of water we're talking about. It's almost like a character in our planet's story, one with this dual personality of breathtaking wonder and, well, terrifying power. To really get a handle on its importance, you first have to understand the sheer scale. We're talking about almost 100 million square kilometers. This one single ocean separates the eastern and western hemispheres, connecting 4 continents: Europe, Africa, North and South America. It's just a colossal presence on our planet.
But its size is pretty much matched by its reputation. For ages, it's been called the deadliest ocean for sailors, and believe me, it earned that title. For centuries, explorers, sailors, ships that dared to cross it, many were just lost to its unpredictable wrath. The question has always been, why? So let's get into it. Let's separate the facts from the fiction. It's really easy to get lost in all the legends and myths, but the real dangers of the Atlantic, they're way more fascinating, and honestly, way more powerful than any story you've ever heard. I mean, we've all heard the stories about the Bermuda Triangle, right? This mythical place where ships and planes just supposedly vanish into thin air. It's a great story, makes for a good movie, but what if the truth is even more dramatic? What are the scientifically proven threats that are actually lurking in these waters? These are the real monsters of the Atlantic. We're talking about massive hurricane zones churning out winds over 200 kilometers per hour. We're talking about storms that can just pop up seemingly out of nowhere with incredible violence. And then there's a force of nature so powerful, it literally shapes our entire world. A huge part of that force is the Gulf Stream. Now, this isn't just some current, it's more like the planet's weather engine. It's this massive river flowing within the ocean, moving trillions of tons of warm water from Africa all the way to the Americas. It influences our climate or weather, even the crops we can grow. It's basically a remote control for the globe. But the dangers you see on the surface are really only half the story. To understand the Atlantic's true mystery, we have to go deeper, a lot deeper. We have to take a journey into a world of total and complete darkness. This is a fact that just blows my mind every time I hear it. We have explored more of the moon's surface than we have of our own oceans. A full 95% of the Atlantic remains a complete mystery. We've only mapped a tiny, tiny fraction. It just makes you wonder, right? What secrets, what life, what kind of worlds are hidden down there in that huge, unknown abyss? Once you get down past a few hundred meters, that's it. The sunlight is gone. And down there, in the crushing, incredible pressure and absolute blackness, well, that's where an entire ecosystem of creatures straight out of science fiction lives and thrives. For example, you've got the anglerfish with its own built-in glowing fishing rod to attract prey in the pitch dark, or the legendary giant squid, a creature that can grow up to 40 feet long, but is almost never seen by a human eye. And then you have something like the goblin shark, a true living fossil that's been prowling these depths, completely unchanged, for millions of years. And it's not just the biology that's wild. The geology down there is absolutely mind-blowing. Did you know the longest mountain range on the entire planet isn't the Andes, it's not the Himalayas, nope, it's the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a massive range stretching for thousands of kilometers, and it's all completely underwater.
This is a place where new Earth is literally being born from volcanoes, pushing the continents apart. So the Atlantic hasn't just shaped our planet's geology, it has fundamentally shaped human history and our entire civilization as we know it. For centuries, it was this massive barrier. But then in 1492, when explorers like Columbus finally crossed it, it became a bridge. It kicked off the age of exploration. It was also the stage for one of history's absolute darkest chapters, the Atlantic slave trade. It became a critical, decisive battleground in World War II, with German U-boats hunting Allied ships. And today? Today, it's the single most important artery of the global economy. And I really can't overstate this. Every single day, thousands of ships are out there, transporting everything from oil and electronics to food and cars across its waters. The takeaway here is really simple. If this vital route were to ever shut down, the entire global economy would just grind to a halt. Period. So, all of that brings us to today, and more importantly, to the future. Because the very same ocean that gave birth to our modern world, well, it now holds the key to its survival. And it is under serious threat. You can really see it as two competing realities. On one hand, you have the Atlantic's historic role, the life giver, the climate regulator, the engine of our economy. But on the other hand, you have this very modern threat. Climate change is causing its temperatures to skyrocket. Polar ice is melting at an alarming rate, and there's real evidence that those crucial currents, like the Gulf Stream, are starting to weaken. And listen, this isn't some abstract problem for 100 years from now. This is happening right now. As the ocean warms and expands, and as the ice sheets melt, rising sea levels are a direct threat to coastal cities all over the world. We're talking about millions of people who face the very real possibility of losing their homes within our lifetimes. So when you put all the pieces together, the conclusion is both incredibly simple and frankly terrifying. This one ocean, it truly holds the entire planet's future in its hands. Its health is our health. Its stability is our stability. Which leaves us with one final urgent question. The Atlantic is a source of life and, at the same time, a messenger of destruction. It holds the secrets to our past and the key to our future. So, what happens next? Will we finally learn to protect it and solve its remaining mysteries? Or will its rising tides be the very force that erases our own history from the shore?